Okay. Welcome to day 6, fingers crossed, the final day of tier listing. The ultimate Isaac item tier list. Um, I suppose we should just, get right into it, pick up where we left off. Why not? I can't remember what the last thing was that we placed, but I guess it really doesn't matter. Bracelet. Good item. Good item to start with for sure. Picking up rocks, throwing them at people and hurting them. Busting tinted rocks. Picking up bomb rocks, finding secret rooms. What's not to love, honestly? What's up, So Hella Nasty? How's it going, man? I think I kind of underrate this item. Whenever I see it in the shop, I don't always try and go for it. But, I mean, it's really good. It's essentially like a different kind of acid tears. I would put it... I mean, if I put acid tears in Terra this high, why wouldn't I put bracelet like kind of in that area? I can't explain it. Probably because they're passive and this takes up the active slot. So I guess I would put it down here. Kind of, I guess I'll put it right with Mr. Me, I suppose. It is really good for like finding crawl spaces, finding secret rooms, picking up mushrooms and caves. It's a good item. Scooper, after finding out that it actually gives you a damage up in the eye socket where your eye comes out, that makes me respect it a little bit more, but I still usually try and replace it as soon as I can. I think it's high C probably. Put it up here with like Papa Fly. Ocular Rift is really good. It can be... Ocular Rift is like a double-edged sword. It can contain enemies and bullets and really save you, or it can like slingshot things towards you. It gets real crazy once you have a lot of luck and they're just all over the place. But I do enjoy it. It's a fun item. I'd put it up here kind of mid to low A. Scorpio, Contagion, the options family. So let's put it a little bit lower. I'll put it right there. Boiled Baby. Not crazy about this dude, just because the tears are red and they go everywhere, and it kind of looks like an enemy's tears. And I would probably group it with this gang right here. Although I like it better than Ghost Baby. It actually kind of is powerful if you get a lot of hits with him. But still, I mean, it's really just like a pathway to Conjoined if that's what you're looking for. Freezer Baby, though, is really good. I wouldn't put it as high as Uranus, but it's still one of the better followers. Where did I just drop it? Where'd it go? Oh my god, I completely lost it. It just completely disappeared. Didn't like snap back down to the bottom, did it? Oh, this is embarrassing. What a gaffe. This is like Obama wearing a tan suit. How did I lose track of this item? I keep looking at Dry Baby and thinking that's Freezer Baby. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Well, rip Freezer Baby, I guess. I don't know where he went. It didn't like shuffle down to the end of these items, like I didn't drop him off the tier list. That's really weird. That's the first time that's happened this whole time making this list. Take one more look around. See if I can find him. I guess I'll just have to theoretically place him somewhere. I mean, I was gonna... Maybe he thawed out. He's just like... He turned into Aquarius. I would probably... I mean, I would put Freezer Baby probably in here with these followers up in Lil Monstro's area. Maybe like... Maybe not quite as high, but I think Freezer Baby's in A tier. If I can ever find him again... Oh, there he is. Oh my god, how'd he get down there? Poor little guy. Okay, so we'll put him over here with Buddy in a box. Right ahead of Buddy in a box. Man. Felt like a parent that lost a child in a shopping mall. Eternal D6 is nice. I like it a lot. The 2-room charge on it makes it really fun to use. I don't even mind that it can erase stuff. What's up, Override? How's it going? I'll put it like I'll put it up here with Sulfur. It's not quite on the level of D6, obviously, because it doesn't guarantee a roll, but it is good.
And not in like a detrimental way.
I like it.
But just enough to where it's healthy.
Freezer Baby needs nerded. What does that mean?
Team around me and like
needs like a pair of glasses. Oh, I don't know if he needs nerfed. I don't think he's like super powerful or anything. It does like it almost feels like your chances to freeze enemies goes way up, like even higher than when you have Uranus. But I mean, it's still. I think it's fine. I can understand that argument though. Birdcage. Let me see. Hang on. Let me go back to Platinum God. I know there's a few more items that I'm gonna need to like look up the name because I don't know what it is. So I'm just gonna open that right now. Birdcage. Again, I know I've said this a million times, but I just don't like items where you have to get hit in order to use the item. So I mean, I'll put it here with like my shadow and shade. Don't really care about it. Larynx is extremely good. Big time boss killer item. And can really help you out in a pinch. I put Larynx high. I don't know if I'd put Larynx in S, but I'd put it pretty high up here. Put it in the 3rd row of A. Mom's Pearl S tier, it's because it's the best item in the game, that's why. It's mostly just for memes, but it's because that's the first item I took when the first time I got Death Certificate. So it's obviously the best item. It absolutely, it's the best omen in the game. Because it seems like almost anytime I see it, I will win the run. A little sissy. Okay. I can get with that. This dude is Lost Soul. Hate protecting this guy. Usually don't care if he dies, but when he does live, he does give decent stuff. But I still think he's B tier because he doesn't really live that often. I'll put him up here with like Fanny Pack. Mid B at best. Blood bombs are good. They can come in handy in a pinch if you don't have bombs and you do have red health, which is really nice, and it gives you health up. It doesn't give you 5 bombs, but I would still put it in, like, bomb items, they don't really differ a ton, in my opinion. They're all kind of in the same neighborhood, so I'll just put it alongside all the other ones. And because it doesn't give you bombs, I'll put it, like, near last. Lil Dumpy, man, Lil Dumpy, before he got buffed, I would probably put in F tier. But now, man, Lil Dumpy is high A. I mean, honestly, if I put Holy Mantle in S, why wouldn't I put Dumpy in S? He doesn't give you free curse rooms. You can't open up spike chests with him. He is worse than... The only thing he's got going for him over Holy Mantle is you can use it multiple times per room if you go collect him. But I think even because of that, I'm gonna put him up in the highest of A tier. I think that's a pretty good spot. I think he's earned it. It's a pretty good spot for old Dumpy. So Lil Dumpy kind of acts like Holy Mantle now. Like, he will protect you from bullets. And he will, like, he'll fart and go away from you, but he'll save your life. But after like a small amount of time, you can go collect him again and he can just do it again in the same room, which is like super, super good. What's up, RoboFern? How's it going, man? Bird's Eye is great. I mean, it's kind of, I'd rather have Ghost Pepper just for the same reason that I'd rather have Blue Candle than Red Candle, but it absolutely should be like right beside it. They're both super good. This is Lodestone, right? Where am I here? Yeah, Lodestone, Magnetizing Tears. Not crazy about it. It's better than Strange Attractor, where it makes things magnetized rather than makes your tears magnetized. But like not much more. I'd put it in like mid C. I don't really care that much. Rotten Tomato can be pretty good. If you're getting swarmed by enemies, it can take the heat off of you. I like it better than Spooky. Although I probably would put it kind of just in the same area. High B. I bet there are people that would argue it deserves to be an A tier, but I don't know that I've experienced enough like amazing happenings with it to put it in A. Yeah, I mean, I understand it. But I think high B makes sense to me. It's so sad seeing Sack Dagger that low. I know. If it weren't for the orbital nerf, it would be close to S tier. Birthright. Birthright's got to be S tier, right? Unless you're like a tainted Jacob streaker or something, or only use that character. I think Birthright has to be S. It's so good with like every character. Yeah, that's a good quality to have in it. Slowing enemies is huge. Red Stew's great. Mom's Pearl's S tier, really? That's right. No other tier list you're gonna see with Mom's Pearls in S, I guarantee it. We'll put, I mean, because it's not permanent, I don't think it deserves to be up with all the other damage ups, but it's still really good for that fleeting moment when you do have it. I'm gonna put it up in, I'll put it right here with Purity. You think B tier for Stew? Okay. I mean, even though like it fully heals red hearts too, I think that's a pretty great quality. Genesis is fun. I mean, I kind of avoid using it because by the time I find it, I'm happy with the build I have usually. But it's really fun to use. Being able to essentially pick your role. Obviously it's not guaranteed to give you good stuff, but it is really fun. Mid to high A, I think. Yeah, we'll put it right there with Diplo. Sharp Key, I don't really ever use. I basically buy it for the keys and that's it. I don't know that I've ever used it when I've had like 0 keys and just needed to unlock something. Yeah, that's the kind of item Genesis is, yeah. Sharp Key, I'll put, I don't know, low B probably. Probably even C, I don't know. Well, I'll put it here with Matchbook. And Latchkey, right below Latchkey. Latchkey at least gives health along with 2 keys and luck. Sharp Key is essentially just 5 keys and that's it. Booster Pack is great. Oh yeah, that's true. That is true. And open up that flesh door. I don't think I would put booster pack above starter deck, but I think it deserves to be an A tier. Maybe not above all this other stuff. Maybe like right here with pointy rib and camo undies, or maybe like right above epic. Nah. the more I see items, I'm like, nope. Place it lower, lower, lower. I'm gonna put it at the very end of A, but I think it deserves to be an A. I mean, I know it's just simply card drops, but it usually drops some pretty useful stuff. These next 2 items are just a no-brainer. These are going all the way up. 20th floor, penthouse. Up to the roof. And this could arguably be the best item in the game, just because it can give you anything you want. Yeah, I mean, how can you argue with that? It's kind of like it's almost like you shouldn't even put Death Certificate on the list anywhere because it's kind of just redundant, you know? You really shouldn't even be able to rank it. But because it can give you anything, it's got to be there. It's actually the worst because it can give TM trainer. True. There should be a death certificate in every single tier. It's the only item. It's the only item that should be in every tier. Botfly is very nice. Not quite as good as Sci-Fly, but still high A. Still very, very helpful in the defensive realm. Gonna put it up here with other defensive items like Dumpy and Sensor. Z tier. This item I don't care about, don't really ever use. It's gonna drop it in mid C. I don't really even care. It's fine. Hourglass, hatchet, who cares? What's the official name of this item? Meat cleaver. Okay. I'm sure it probably does something I'm not even aware of, and it's like super good. When used, the meat cleaver will split all enemies in the room into two smaller versions with about 40% health each. Yeah, I knew that. For enemies that have multiple parts to them, like Larry Jr., it'll split them into two smaller enemies with half the number of sections. If the enemy normally has a mechanic that splits it, like Teratoma or Envy, the meat cleaver will deal a lot of damage and trigger the splitting effect. If the split enemy has low enough health, it will just die. Doesn't work on endgame bosses except Delirium, where it will deal a chunk of damage and spawn a second Delirium to deal with. That I didn't realize. That would be a fucking nightmare. That's true, he could get extra stuff from champions, but I will probably never ever do that, so mid-C it is. Luck Charm. Is this Evil Charm? Yeah. So +2 luck up. No longer take damage from poison, toxic, gas, burn effects. Immune to fear and confusion. It's not bad. The +2 luck is nice. This is going to... Where are we gonna put this? I'll put it down here with Orphan Socks. Probably not much better than low A, but still should be an A, I think. Some good effects. Purgatory, that's what this is, right? Gonna have to keep constantly switching back and forth. I actually really like Purgatory. Whenever I get it, I try and use it as much as I can. I try and seek out that X and get those ghosts going, because they can do some really good damage. Especially if your run sucks, they can really help you out. We're gonna put Purgatory up here with like Mom's Wig and Stopwatch and Intruder. Like it a lot. Stitches is extremely good, especially in the early game. Can help you out so much in the early game. Free curse rooms, getting across gaps, killing shopkeepers, damaging enemies big time, like big damage on enemies early. Can use it for bosses. It's gotta be, it should probably be up here like high A. I'm almost like thinking like, man, maybe it should be an S. I don't know. It is kind of an item that loses effectiveness later on in the run. So for that, I don't think I can put it in S. But it is really, really good. I'll put it right here with Larynx, I think. How do you even rate Arky? I mean, if you're doing unlocks, it's great. Or if your build sucks, it's great. I'd probably... Where did I put Genesis? I should probably put it in the same spot. Because Genesis kind of feels like resetting your run, but Archie really does. And it's good. Mid to high A. I don't think it deserves to be like 99 cents whenever it shows up in a member shop, but it is good. Knockout drops is really fun. And you don't need a ton of luck for it to proc all the time either, which is nice. Best sound effect in the game, probably. Knockout drops. As far as tear effects go, it's also one of my favorites. Just turns your tears into fists. So we're going to put it up here in front of Tech Zero, I think. Eraser is an item I probably underrate highly. I mean, being able to erase an enemy early, if you get Eraser early, is super helpful, especially like spiders. I personally just don't take advantage of it enough, and I wish that I did. We'll put it in... The ability to erase an enemy from the entire run is so strong. We'll put it...
The real deep down you is the whole universe. And it's doing...
Put it up here with like Game Kid and Unicorn Horn.
Living organism and all its behavior.
Yeah, that's my problem too. It's my problem with a lot of good active items is I can't take it because I probably already have something better. Usually miss when throwing, that's a problem too. That can be a huge problem with it. I feel like if, like, the game obviously knows that you miss with it, I feel like you should have the opportunity to recharge it if you miss. Like, if you miss, it turns into like a 6 or 12 room charge or something. And if you have batteries, you can charge it back up, but you still have to use it before you leave the floor. It should boomerang. Yeah, that would probably be better. And if you catch it, it should just like, it should act like you never used it. Just gives you the charge back. But, I mean, that's the risk reward of taking Eraser. If you miss, you're fucked. Yuck Heart, worse than Yum Heart? I mean, they're kind of interchangeable. Don't really care. Don't ever really use it at all. Probably, it's worse than Yum Heart. I'd probably put it down here. With the beans. Don't care. D tier? Yeah, you're probably right. Put it down here with the poop in D. I bet people are gonna be real mad when they see Nod Leaf in low C tier. Urn is really good. If you find Urn in like your first Angel deal, it's usually pretty good. It's super powerful, blocks shots. Runs out of gas really quick. But it can be really good. Put it right there by Sulfur. Akeldama, it's not an enemy, it's not an item that I get like super excited about. It's cool that it's there and like it usually helps out a little bit, but it's not like, doesn't really save the run or anything. We'll put it up here with like all these other familiar. I know it's not a familiar, but it kind of feels like one. We'll just put it up here with Gertie and Spewer. If you get Akeldama with like Prism though, it can get crazy. It can get really weird. Magic Skin. Welcome to F tier. And Polar Opposite. Straight up to the top. Takes forever to get there now. There's so many damn items. I'll put that like right here above Holy Mantle. Maybe, yeah, put it in the top row. Have we placed Wormfriend yet? I don't think so. I think it's still down here. Yeah, Wormfriend is right here. So we'll get there soon. Consolation prize. It's fine. It almost seems like it never gives you what you want, but I mean it's stats. We can put it like in high B. Yeah, that's true. If you're hurting for tears and that shows up, it's usually a great thing. Tiny Toma. Again, like an orbital that I just don't really care about. It's nice that you can proc it on Spike Rocks. Like you can just go up to Spike Rocks and bust it for spiders. But again, I just don't really care. Put it right above Ghost Baby. Brimstone Bomb's one of the better bomb items. I might even rank this a little bit higher than all the other ones. Where do I want to put it? I think it's still high B, but we'll put it like over here with like Juicy Sack and Jesus Juice and high B. I feel like I'm like, after looking at Jesus Juice and Meat, I feel like I'm undervaluing those big time. Especially when you consider, like, if Stigmata is this high and Thick Odd Mushroom is this high, why isn't Meat up here somewhere? Maybe just because it doesn't give as big of a damage up, but it still gives decent damage. I think I'm going to move this up here. It just doesn't make any logical sense that it's down in B and all these other ones are up here in A. Jesus Juice with the damage and range. I'm gonna put that right. Yeah, that's fine. Did they nerf Fanny Pack? No, I think it's just personal preference, really. I don't take advantage of Fanny Pack enough. And when I see it in a shop, I don't really like go out of my way to try and get it. It can be really good, you know, if you find it early and find Demon Beggars and Blood Banks. But I don't care about it enough to get it all the time. Maybe that's a mistake. 4.5 volts a tricky one because it can like really come in handy if you have the right active, but like some actives it will just absolutely ruin. Probably mid B. We'll put this put this over here with like Firemind, I guess. Actually, maybe even lower. Let's put this down here by Akeldama. Now this is just like an item that doesn't really even exist, so I'm just gonna drop it in F. But just ignore it. Low Plum is good. It's a Beelzebub piece. Usually pays attention to enemies and does decent damage. So this is an item that they cut from the game. I think it's, if I remember from last night, it's called Pill Crusher. I saw that among the items. I was like, what the fuck is that? It's not an alternative sprite for anything. It's just an item that was cut. And if you look in the item list on like Platinum God, the item ID skips from 647 to 649, from 4.5 volt to Fruity Plum, and so it's 648 doesn't exist, and that's what Pill Crusher would have been. So just an item that doesn't exist. So what better place than to put it in F tier? Okay, Fruity Plum. Fruity Plum deserves to be better than Obsessed Fan. High B, probably. Up here with like Juicy Sack, sure, why not? Probably not better than this stuff, but right here with Ludo. Plum Flute, I don't really care about summoning Plum, although he does really good damage. And he sticks around for a little while and makes sure to do good damage. But still, if I have it, I'm looking for anything else, usually. I'll put it here with like mid to low B with like the Jar. Or maybe even like right here with Breath of Life and Anarchist Cookbook. That's fine. Star of Bethlehem is huge. I think I might actually want to put this in S. I don't mind waiting for it because the benefits of being in that aura are so big. Star of Bethlehem gets the S treatment. Cube Baby, I hate. I hate Cube Baby. Down here with Lil Loki and D. I'm honestly tempted to put Cube Baby in F. No, I'd put him down here with Blood Puppy. Yeah, trash. Yeah, agree. I was never a big fan of Cube Baby though. I mean, just never really cared about it. Don't like kicking it around. Vaati Retro is really fun to mess around with. If you don't, it's another one of those actives that's like, by the time you find it, you probably already have a better active. But it's still fun. It's still fun to mess around with. I'd put it high B. Put it right there with Golden Razor. Getting down to the nitty-gritty. False PhD is super good. I would probably put it like right behind regular PhD, because I'd rather have good pills than forced to take bad pills for damage. But it is still really good. I'll put it right there side by side, just giving the edge to regular PhD. Spin to Win, I do not care about at all. I don't think I've ever used it offensively. Only thing I use Spin to Win for, if I can't find any other active, is just like cleaning up after you're done with a floor and you're able to zoom around faster. That's really it. Yeah, I would I'd put it in F, I think. I think it deserves to be an F. Maybe the first item in F. This is Vasculitis, is that right? Yeah. Vasculitis is not great. I don't like enemies bursting into tears because it fakes me out and makes me dodge when I don't need to. It's probably worse than varicose veins. I'm gonna put it lower, much lower. Probably lowest thing in C. I might put it in D. Well, no. It can do decent damage. If there's like groups of enemies, I'd probably rather have it than Lemon Mishap. I don't know. Completely avoid it. I don't blame you. Giant Cell is fine. I'm not wild about it. I mean, the little tiny mini Isaacs are cute, but they don't really do a whole lot for me. I'll put it right here with like Pop a Fly, I guess. Like if I get hit and get them, like cool, that's a side benefit, but it's not something I'm trying to get, you know? Yeah, that's the best thing that could be said about vasculitis, is that it's confusing. If they shot like Demon Baby, it would be great. Yeah. If they like homed in and shot 360 degrees, that would be nice. Or like maybe if their tears were like piercing or something, that'd be cool. What's up, Testimony? How's it going? Tropicamide, the most disappointing thing to see when you beat a boss. Does this get F tier? Does Tropicamide get F? I mean, it's at least range. So I would put it here with the other range ups. It looks like it kind of is the same shape as lipstick, so I'll just put it right beside lipstick. Yeah, exactly. Could have been a tears up. Instead, it just makes the tears fat with no damage up. Card reading is very good. Very nice to be able to skip to the boss in those late floors. We'll put card reading in low A, I think. We'll put it over here with like D1, I guess. Sure. Quince is nice. That's a conjoined piece, and they can actually, like, if there's a bunch of enemies in the room, they can help out a bunch. Would rather have it than Little Steve. Would rather have it than. Would I rather have it than Dry Baby? I would put it in A, but maybe just like the lowest A. I don't know if I'd rather have it than Dry Baby. But I mean, the familiars that it spawns can be super powerful. I don't know. It's low A. Low A is good. Tooth and Nail is nice for, like, you know, if you're really in a desperate situation, it can come in handy. Free curse rooms, free spike chests, free walking on spikes if you need to do that. And if you're really patient, you can get free demon beggars and blood banks. We'll put it up here with like socks. I think that's an appropriate spot for it. Yeah, and it does so much other stuff too, which is nice. We'll put it right there with socks and cancer and evil charm. Low A. Binge Eater is really good. I like it a lot. I almost always forget about it when I pick it up, and then just accidentally pick up health when I mean to pick up an item, or vice versa. But I mean, I don't think the stats downs that it gives you are like a huge con, because it really doesn't lower the stats that much. It's so worth it for the damage ups that you get from it. And sure, if you don't like playing with red health, then it's a detriment, but I really don't mind. So I would put it. We'll put it up here in between all the tiers and damage, like up here with like Eden's Blessing, right below Triple Shot. Sure, why not? Yeah, and like the only thing in return The only thing that you're penalized for is like your speed, and you're forced to have red hearts. That's really it. Why is why is Mom's necklace in S tier? The most commonly asked question. Not surprising, because it's the best item in the game, that's why. Yeah, I'm not really worried about red hearts nearly as much as I was in Afterbirth. Guppy's Eye, super good. One of the best Guppy items. Shoot this straight to A. Do I like it better than Guppy's Tail? Probably not. But it's right there with it. We'll put it right beside Guppy's Tail. I mean, that's essentially what that command is, what the DC command is. Tail just makes me run out of keys. I feel like that's a much more rare thing with Guppy's Tail these days. Because in my experience, if you get Tail early, like you see a lot of regular chest drops, instead of it just dropping a ton of gold chests like it used to. Maybe that's just me, though. Or maybe I'm just completely forgetting about it. Maybe I'm just trying to erase it from my memory. This dude, I don't really try and use strategically at all. I know that you can like use him for the sack room and exploit him that way, which probably makes him at least C tier, but probably not much more than that. I try and get rid of him as soon as possible just because he's like a liability. It's like carrying around dead weight. It's babysitting. I don't like him. We'll put him up here with these other familiars. Probably ahead of Ghost Baby. Probably ahead of Boiled Baby and Hush and Angry Fly, but just barely. Put him up there in high C. Dad's Note, I mean, Dad's Note you can't really even rank. I'm just going to put it in F tier for the principle of the thing. What's the last item in F tier? This is an item that was cut from the game and doesn't actually exist. It's Pill Crusher. So yeah, it doesn't exist, so it just automatically goes in F. I don't even know why it's on this tier list. I don't know why whoever made this tier list, I don't know why they felt the need to put that on there. Sausage shoots way up to A. Maybe, I mean, I don't think I put any other all stats ups in S. I don't know that any of them deserve to be, but if any of them do, it's Sausage. Because it is definitely the best. It's better than Necronomicon. Better than Capricorn. Yeah, it's the only true all stat up. So we'll put it... yeah, it's a good place. I still don't think... If it came down to like would I rather have Sausage or Flight, I'd probably take Flight. But it's super good. I mean, it's in the second row of A tier. That's pretty good. I'm okay with that. Even more options. What's it called? Options question mark. It's just options. I don't like as much as the other two options, but it's really close. It's a good thing to take. I would have to take Sausage over Random Flight. What do you mean by Random Flight? Oh, wow, okay. Hey, to each his own. I mean, I feel like Flight is one of the most powerful things in the game. It's hard to pass up when you see it. What did I just latch on to? What was I just trying to sort? I think I dropped it and got sidetracked. Something that goes in S tier. No? Shit. What was I just trying to rank? Options. Where did we put that? Where did it go? Looking for a question mark. Looking for a question mark. There it is. Okay. So it deserves to be an A tier, but like I said, I don't like it better than there's options and more options, but it is really good. We'll put it like right here with, I think it deserves to be in the same area as Humbling Bundle. Still really good. A tier for sure. Candy Heart is just more disappointing than anything. The stat ups from Candy Heart are so low that you have to get 1,000,000 hearts for it to make any impact. I'll put it above the other health ups, like maybe above Placenta, but that's about it. C tier. Yeah, exactly. It's tough to take advantage of. Jeez. Pound of Flesh. I typically avoid Pound of Flesh at all costs, just because I like the way that things are set up. I don't like Devil Deals and shops being reversed. Yeah, I probably would put it in D. Like maybe once in a blue moon, you like think about what's going on in your run and figure that it might be better to take than not, and maybe it'd help, but like I don't see it happening. Low D. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Redemption is nice. You know, if you peek in Devil Deals and don't take them, you can get damage ups for the next floor. But that's it. That's all it does. It's not a game changer. And you have to rely on Devil Deals showing up. I would put it in high B though, I think, at least. And it's a rare item to see because you have to get it from like from a confessional. So by the time you even find it, like how useful is it really, you know? Yeah, it's another item that I just don't really know how to rank. I'll leave it there in high B. This is Spirit Shackles, right? I hate Spirit Shackles. After the effect occurs, it cannot activate again until Isaac gains a half or full soul heart or a black heart. Soul hearts that are used to charge Spirit Shackles will not be added to your health as normal. Yeah, don't care about shackles. Kinda trash. Low C. Down here with like Finger and Dunce Cap and Anti-Grav. Cracked Orb. I mean, you have to kind of get lucky with Cracked Orb. Like, maybe when you get hit, you'll be near a secret room and it'll open up. And like, finding the ultra secret room on the map doesn't typically help because you don't have red key at the same time usually. It's rare to have like a cracked key or a red key at the same time. And yet again, it's an item that you have to get hit to use it. But it's again for demon beggars and blood banks. It's fine. Maybe just put it behind compass, I guess, like over here in low B somewhere. I don't know. Maybe even C tier. Yeah, probably C tier. I'd rather have Pageant Boy. Yeah, that's fine. Empty Heart is another one I just kind of don't like at all. Because it's like, usually when you get it and you're trying to, it almost feels like whenever you find Empty Heart, it's a run where you try to have no red hearts, and then you go to the next floor and you're just kind of screwed. But at least it doesn't give you a full heart, it just gives you a heart container. So you can, if you need to, you can leave it empty. But if you get it early and you're getting a ton of red hearts added on, that can be a problem later on in the run. Low C, probably. And just put it down here with Spirit Shackles. Why not? Astral Projection is another one that I just think is annoying as hell. I think it's better than Spirit Shackles, but like just barely, really. Just put it in low C, I guess, like over here with King Baby. I don't know. That's fine with me. See, this is an easy one. C section's just right up to S. Express elevator all the way to the top, baby. We'll put that up here. I'll put that in the top tier. Where are you going, Tip? Abaddon Baby is fine. Can usually help out pretty well with like rush down enemies. Would rather have it than like Mongo Baby. Would rather have it than Plum. You know what? I'm going to put Plum down here. I don't think I'd rather have Plum than Fate's Reward or Mongo Baby. Put that down there. Abaddon Baby, though, would rather have than Freezer Baby, probably. Well, I'll put it right behind Freezer Baby and Buddy in a Box. It's not bad. The only problem is, like, it's a Devil Deal item, and I usually don't want to spend health to get it. But if it were in an item room, I would totally take it every time, I think. Can roll into C-section. That's a good point. That's powerful. Got that spin down dice with Abaddon Baby. Got a good thing going. Montezuma's Revenge. Not crazy about it, but it actually can help out quite a bit if you use it properly. It's kind of underrated. I mean, it's juvenile. It's kind of in the same vein as Jupiter in terms of like you just don't want to hear that over and over again during your run. But it is good. Where are you going, Tip? Restless. Can't be bothered to lay down. I think it should be in high B. Put it up here with like Ludo, I guess. Or maybe behind Fruitcake in front of $3 bill. It's not bad. It is shitty. That's true. It's literally shitty. This dude is D tier. I almost considered dropping him in F, but the portal that he creates, and after you clean up a floor, if you need to make a portal to get to a secret room, it can be kind of helpful. But most of the time, he just eats shit that you want to pick up, and you don't really even realize he's there until he's eaten stuff. So he's down here with Blood Puppy. Fuck him. What's that green button thing? Oh no, this is Pill Crusher. It's an item that does not exist in the game. It was cut from the game, but for some reason it's on this tier list. So just straight to the F tier. Worm Friend, we made it. We made it to Worm Friend. Worm Friend is A tier. Absolutely. S tier, I wouldn't be mad at anybody putting him in S tier. He's really good. One of the best familiars, if he even counts as a familiar. I don't know that I'd put him above like stat ups or tiers ups, or I would put him right here with Seraphim. I think that's pretty good company with Worm Friend is Seraphim. Like some of the best familiars in the game right there. Bone Spurs is actually like surprisingly good. That can help out a lot too with enemies that burst into other enemies. Not crazy good, but it's just a solid item. I'll put it kind of right beside Quince, because it kinda sorta does the same thing. Worm Friend is together with Anima Sola. I don't think I've ranked Anima Sola yet, but yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's down at what's one of the last items. What was I just ranking? I completely forgot. Bone Spurs. Yeah, right here with Quince is good. Hungry Soul is really, really good. I like Hungry Soul a lot. Super powerful. It's another... I don't know if I would count it as a familiar. Definitely better than Purgatory. Where did I put Purgatory? It should probably be up here with these other familiars, honestly. It's affected by BFF. Yeah, it can be really good with that combo too. I mean, it's good even without BFF. Now I'm just scanning for Purgatory. I thought I put Purgatory in A. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's right beside Intruder, but I do think Hungry Soul is better than Purgatory, so it deserves to be up above it. Jar of Wisps, it's too much of a charge. The only way you even have Jar of Wisps long enough to get a ton of wisps is if you don't find a better active, which you usually do. You don't really hold on to Jar of Wisps for a really long period of time. I don't get why 360 tiers is A tier. Well, I'm a person that shoots with stick on a controller, so it comes in really. I really enjoy it. I just think it's fun to use, and it's a tiers up. And because I put all the other tiers ups in A tier, then I think it deserves to be there. I can't even remember where I put it. Where's... Oh yeah, right here. I personally think it's a fun item to use. Yeah, that's understandable. If you use keyboard, I would imagine joystick is trash. It's just like not even You don't even notice it. You just get it for the tears and that's it. Let's see, where were we? Jar of Wisps. I mean, if you get it early or if you start with it as Eden or something, it's cool, but it's usually replaced pretty quick. Put it over here above Moving Box, I guess. Or like right here with Pandora's Box. I bet people are gonna think I'm stupid for that one, probably rank it way higher. Soul Locket, that's the name of this one, right? Soul Locket's really nice. The stat ups are not as good as Keeper Sack, but much better than Candy Heart. We'll go, and it drops a Soul Heart when you pick it up. So we're gonna shoot this one up to A tier. We're gonna put it like right beside Cancer, I think. Because it's got great potential, but it's not guaranteed to give you a ton of stats because you're not guaranteed to find a bunch of Soul Hearts. It's just, the potential is really, really good with it. So yeah, we can put it right there. Where's Libra? It is, what, D tier? Yeah, it's in D. Right there. Where it belongs. Friend Finder can be really helpful early, but again, it's just another active that I look to replace. Probably by Basement 2 or Caves 1, I will have gotten rid of Friend Finder. Your run, if you're depending on Friend Finder to like carry you, then your run is probably pretty terrible. We can put it up here with all these other familiars, like right beside Akeldama, I guess, mid to low B. Inner Child, I mean, it's just another life, right? Does it do anything special? Gives you an extra life. You respawn as a tiny version of Isaac with a greatly reduced hitbox and a 0.2 speed up. That's not bad. When the effect activates, you deal 35 damage to nearby enemies. It's guaranteed to spawn on the home floor if you've already unlocked the tainted characters. I mean, I guess it's better than these other ones, but I mean, I'd probably put it in the same area as like just one up, I guess. Low C. It's not, I don't really ever take advantage of it. It's just an insurance policy, really. B tier just for the home thing. I can understand that. I mean, but after you're done with unlocks, that stuff is a distant memory. I don't really think it deserves to be any higher because of that. Glitched Crown is another fantastic item that just goes straight up to S. Once you get the rhythm and you're able to pick which items you want, I mean, it's incredibly powerful. You get Glitched Crown early, your run is going to be insane. We'll put this up here. Put this up in the top row. Belly Jelly Belly Jelly saved my life on Tainted Isaac runs. But having said that, it's still not super great. It's better than these other beans. I'll give it credit for that. So we're gonna put it in high C tier. Because it actually does work a lot. If you get touched, if enemies run into you, they typically bounce off more than you would think. I almost want to put it with like the other defensive items like Mask of Infamy and Gimpy and Conehead, and like, why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't it be up there with these? Let's put it right here with Mask of Infamy, Conehead, Metal Plate. S for me. I could see that being a great item with Tainted Eden, getting saved from those re-rolls. Orb is a tough one to rank. I mean, every time I see Orb, I'm really excited by the possibilities. But I don't truly know if it's doing anything. But, I mean, just because of what it does, it deserves to be in high A. We'll put it up here with like Void and D6, I think. Orb's really good. Sanguine Bond, I don't care about ever. I don't ever use. Could put it anywhere in D, honestly, and I wouldn't care. Just put it right there. Swarm is really good. It's like Halo of Flies on steroids. Great defensive item. Putting this up in A. Where in A though? Maybe just right here. I was gonna try and find out where Halo of Flies was, but it obviously deserves to be higher than Halo of Flies. But yeah, right there is good. Great defensive item. Deserves to be an A. Heartbreaker is almost always disappointing when I pick it up. I always think it's going to give me more damage than it does. You really got to have a lot of broken hearts for it to be worth a damn. And it just usually doesn't matter that much. It's low D. Bloody Gust, however, is really good. I mean, if Bloody Lust is as high as it is, then Bloody Gust has to be right up there with it. Just the same thing, but for tiers. I'm gonna put it right there beside it. Yeah, true. It's totally counteractive. I don't think it should be. I don't think it should be a Devil Deal item. If anything, maybe like a Secret Room item. And maybe it should just exist only in the Secret Room pool. Or maybe it would be kind of... It'd be kind of interesting if there were items that only existed in the Ultra Secret Room pool. And since it's red, maybe it should like... Maybe it should only exist in the Ultra Secret Room pool. I don't know. Just wish it didn't show up at all, really. Yeah, exactly. It should give like plus 1.5 or plus at least +1 for each broken heart. That would make it worth it. Because I mean, 3 broken hearts is already a lot. If you start piling on more broken hearts, if you have like 6 broken hearts, that's half your health. But the fact that broken heart does revive you if you get hit on your last heart, it gives you an extra broken heart and kind of saves you from death. That's a mechanic that I always forget about with it and is kind of nice. But at the same time, it's something I never take advantage of and don't care about. So maybe some people do. Maybe it's like way better than I give it credit for. But we'll never know. Salvation's really good. I don't know that I would put Salvation in S, but I'd definitely put it in high A. It's really fun to mess around with, especially when it gets big. Just wreck everybody with it. We'll put it up here with like Maw and Holy Light. It seems like that makes sense to me, I guess. Because it is kind of like a permanent Maw that spawns holy shots. So maybe it should be right here. It's like the best of both worlds. Vanishing Twin, I actually like Vanishing Twin for the extra chance at boss items. And usually it doesn't get too out of control, but it can be a detriment. Like, obviously you're not going to pick it up if your run sucks. But if your run is pretty decent, you feel confident about killing bosses, then it can be really nice to get that extra boss item. Put it in like low B, I think. Sure, yeah. Where are you going, Tip? Yeah, Jorgen, happy Friday, dude. Welcome, thank you for hanging out. Twisted Pair, another item that's just, you know, a lot of repentance items that are super, super good. Twisted Pair goes right up to the old S tier. Makes sense to have that close to like 2020 and Incubus. Azazel's Rage. I like it. I like Azazel's Rage quite a bit. That big brimstone can come in handy. Where did I put number 2? Right here. High B. Too much babysitting for it to be in... Like, I realize that it is infinite bombs, but it's too much babysitting. I don't like having to change my playstyle to kind of like constantly be releasing the shooting my tears and like hammering on and off of it. I would just rather be able to shoot freely than randomly lay a bomb down. This should probably go. Put it up here with like Crack the Sky. Maybe it deserves to be higher than that. Maybe put it up here with like Little Horn and Euthanasia. I mean, yeah. It's really good. Azazel's Rage is really good. Oh boy, Echo Chamber. Even when it's good, I don't like having it. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to disagree with this, but I don't care. It's D. It's D tier. I would much rather... I don't care if there's like Hierophants and Tears Ups and stuff like that. I would just rather not have to like think in my head like, okay, what's the last couple cards and pills that I've used, you know? I'd rather just not have to worry about that at all than take Echo Chamber. I'll just put it like in... I'll put it in high D. Amazing with Diplo. Give me an example. Just like Diploing a bunch of like good pills and cards. I don't know if it's C at worst. Like maybe. I could put it like in low C. Maybe I am being too harsh on it, because it can be really good. It does items too? I don't think that's true. Unless they changed it, and I didn't realize it. When using a card, pill, or rune, you also use a copy of the last 3 cards, pills, runes you used after picking up Echo Chamber. Counts as one of 3 astrology items needed in the same run to unlock planetariums. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about actives. I like Isaac's Tomb a lot. There's an item that uses actives too, exactly like that. Are you thinking of Wild Card? Isaac's Tomb, I will put, I'll put up here, I'll put it with card reading, because you get it at the beginning of a floor. I really like the stuff that it drops. I mean, it seems like more often than not, it will drop trinkets. I wonder if there's a percentage for that. Spawns an old chest at the start of all future floors. Work the same as gold chests, but contain different items. They can contain 3 trinkets, which is a 42% chance. That makes sense. 1 to 3 soul hearts, 43% chance. A random item from the old chest pool, which is a 10% chance. Or 5% chance for an angel room item. Yeah, it's not bad. It's got good potential. And that the soul hearts at the beginning of a floor can actually be a huge help if your runs go in the wrong direction. The trinkets can be really nice too. Vengeful Spirit is trash. I don't like it at all. The wisps die very quickly and you have to get hit to spawn them. So, I mean, it's like maybe high D. Don't care about it at all. Esau Jr. Yeah, I think that I'm pretty sure they have HP just like regular wisps. Maybe I'm mistaken. Each time you take damage, a red flame orbital will appear around Isaac for the remainder of the floor. The flames deal contact damage. Upon reaching 6 flames, they'll also start to fire tears. Oh, maybe they don't have HP. They just last until the end of the floor, which I still don't really care about that much. And I don't really ever use them as orbitals. You gotta get hit to spawn them, and I just don't like items like that. Sue me. Yeah, if you start with Esau Jr., it's pretty good. Because flight is huge. Esau Jr. has 3 black hearts, 2+2 base damage, and the ability to fly. This character keeps its own separate health and items. Items picked up are not shared between 2 characters. But yeah, having the flight is really nice. I think it's A tier, because it's an item that I haven't mastered yet. I haven't really figured out best case scenario uses for it, but like, if you're right, if you do get it early, it's really good. We'll put it here with like Sulfur and Fortune Cookie. I'm probably underrating it, but that's just because I don't use it enough and don't really know the best strategies with it. Berserk, I don't really care about, and I try to replace usually as fast as I can. I mean, it's cool having the ability of Tainted Samson and Raging Out, but I'd rather just not. I mean, I don't typically like to do melee shit with characters if I don't have to. It's not terrible. I mean, I'd rather have it than like Pause and Friendly Ball and Sprinkler. Maybe I'll just keep it right there, mid C. Mid-C is fine. Let's see. Dark Arts is pretty good. Dark Arts is free curse rooms. Dark Arts is walking over spikes. It's tears ups when you walk through enemies in tears. It's damage to enemies. It's I don't know if I'd put it in S, but it's high A. Dark Arts is really good. It's like up here. It's up here with it's friends with Stitches. Abyss. Abyss is fun if you know if you don't have anything else and you're finding items that suck. The red flies can be really nice. Tainted Apollyon is a fun character to use with it. I mean, it's really nice to it's ideal to start with it like with Tainted Apollyon. If you get it's another one of those myriad of items that if you get it later in the run, it just becomes much less valuable. I wouldn't put it as high as Void, but I think it deserves to be just because you can get rid of items for a fly, which is a good exchange, like especially if they're bad items. I think it deserves to be like kind of in the neighborhood of Smelter, because it is kind of like an item smelter. Just not as good as Void. Void is obviously much better up here by D6. Abyss better than Void? No, I disagree with that big time. I would much rather have a shot at stats than a red fly. This is just going with the health ups. This is going right here with all the other ones. That's all it is, right? It's just one. That's literally the only thing it says under this item is +1 HP up. That's it. That's all it does. That's a good point, Synecdoche. Yeah, that is true. Stapler, very good. Stapler just gets shot straight up here with all these other damage ups. Up in A. We'll put it over here with like Blood of the Martyr and Steven. Suplex is fun. Very, very fun item. One of the most fun actives to use. Free curse rooms. Can bust rocks with it if there are enemies in the vicinity and you want to just suplex them on top of rocks. Elbow drop from the top rope. Suplex is an A. I'll put it right here with like Clear Rune and Book of the Dead and Book of Shadows. Maybe it deserves to be higher than that. You know what? I'm going to put it up here with the Bracelet, honestly. I think it does deserve to be higher. The tier list that never ends. We're almost there. Look at this. We got a row and a half to go. We're almost done. But yeah, Suplex right there with Bracelet. Good spot for it. This is F tier. With anyone else other than Tainted Cain, it's an F. And I'm typically, you know, obviously with Tainted Cain, you have to have it. It's essential, but with like, I'm not using that with anybody else. I'm not using that with a single other character ever. Crafting Bag is F. Flip is actually really good with other characters other than Tainted Lazarus. That's just free items. It's free real estate. we're shooting this up to A. I feel like it kind of makes sense to put it beside more options. Although you can take both the items if they're both good. So really it should be better. It should be higher. Put Flip up here with Diplo, I think. Or maybe even up there with like D6. Because D6, if you roll an item, you only get to keep one. It should be higher. Yeah. The only negative is that it's a 6-room charge, and by the time you use it, you typically, like, it's tough to get it charged up again. Because you're always like, when you go into an item room or you go into a shop, you're like, I mean, I'd rather see what's in this shop first before I use it. Like, unless both items are super good and you just want to use it immediately, it's tough to charge back up unless you know you got the rest of the floor to go. Like, if you have Flip, you want to go in the item room early so you can get it charged back up if you want to use it immediately. But yeah, essentially the free shop items with it, it's nice. Buy a shop item, flip it, get the other one for free. Very, very good. I think right there is about as high as I'm gonna go with it, though. It's a good spot. It's a great item. Lemegeton, I don't care about too much outside of Tainted Bethany. That's a good place for it. That's my catchphrase for this entire tier list. It's the tier list motto. Lemegeton is nowhere near as good as regular Bethany's book. Where do I have that, by the way? Where is Book of Virtues? Oh, it's the only book in S. That makes sense. Lemegeton we'll put up here with, like, Book of the Dead. If the items were more controlled, if it still worked like it spawns items in whatever room you're in, it would probably be a little bit higher. But since it's more random now, it's still A tier. I mean, that's good. It's not a bad item. Sumptorium, gosh, that's a tough one because, again, these character-specific items are so hard to rank because outside of their characters, I really don't like to hang on to them. Sumptorium is probably one of the better character-specific items in terms of, like, being able to use it on any other character, though. The blobs, if you don't have any other active item, the blobs are super good. If you have a bunch of red hearts, especially. Being able to make friends and fill up your red hearts back up. I think this, oh jeez. Me too, usually, but I would say Sumptorium is the best one of them all. We'll put this up with Smelter and How to Jump, I guess. If used effectively, Sumptorium can be super powerful. Keeper Sack, best repentance item. Maybe not, but it's one of my favorites. It's so powerful. Keeper Sack is an easy S. Mars? Where is Mars? It's probably low. Yeah, well, it's not super low. Mid B. I proc it accidentally way too often for it to be any higher than that. It's nice for the free curse rooms and stuff like that, but yeah, I probably do have it ranked too high. I'm being a little bit too generous with Mars. I'm giving it way too much credit for the free curse rooms. Yeah, you're probably right. It should be C tier. Put it right there with Divine Intervention. another item that only gets used accidentally. Yeah, that's the bad thing with it. I mean, it's just I use the stick on a controller to move, and it'll just, like, if I'm moving back and forth or kind of in a circle motion, it'll just go off. Fucking sucks. Keeper's Kin is really, really good. So many spiders. Only caveat is you gotta have bombs, or you gotta have some way to crush rocks. But it's really good. So we'll put it up here, like right beside Rotten Baby and Guppy's head. A couple other insect spawners. Oh, RoboFern, we got one more row to go and you're leaving? Come on, man. No, it's all right. Thank you for hanging out, buddy. Appreciate it. Keeper's Box is it's fun to use. I don't usually typically go for it. I don't try and drop everything and try and get it from a shop if I see it, but it is fun to use if I can afford it and don't have anything better. We can put it up here with the gift, I guess. Mid to high B for Keeper's Box. Everything jar is really, really good and mostly really helpful. I mean, especially guaranteed gold keys and gold bombs. You can't put it any lower than A, but I just don't know where to put it in A. Maybe like up here with Diplo and Genesis and R-Key. Being able to spawn anything that you need is pretty helpful. Only use the full charge with everything box. That's an alpha move. I don't know anybody that does that or would be willing to do that, but that's a wild card move. Yeah, good spot for everything jar. Okay, we'll just slip this in right here. Fuck TM Trainer. Animasola, I think it's got to be A tier at least. And probably up here with Worm Friend makes the most sense, really. It's like a it's an active worm friend, essentially. Animasoul is C tier because you have to play Tainted Esau. I mean, I understand that argument, but outside of that character, if you get it with a regular character, it can be super good. TM Trainer worse than the item that doesn't exist. Yeah, that's about right. Spin down dice, really good. Feel like I never see spin down dice anymore, but when I do see it, I usually try and hang on to it for at least the floor. I mean, it's super, super good. It can be, the potential for spin down dice is just out of this world. It's got to be up here with D6. Where is that? Where did I put it? Yeah, it's got to be in the same neighborhood as D6 and Flip. Because, I mean, you can roll into completely different item pools with it, which is super, super good. If you don't have mod to show what it rolls into, it's B tier. Yeah, if you're rolling blind, you're a psychopath. I mean, that's all there is to it. You gotta have Platinum God in another window pulled up to see what it's gonna roll into. If you're just like praying that it rolls into something good, you've lost your mind. Hypercoagulation, don't really care at all. It can be good if you're playing Demon Beggars and Blood Banks and you chase those hearts down and essentially play them for free. But have Platinum God bookmarked. Every good Isaac player should. Hypercoagulation, just kind of up here with Candy Heart, I guess, is an item I don't care about and kind of just sigh to myself when I see it in an item room taking up space. What's the item next to Eden's Blessing? This is Binge Eater. So it will make every item kind of like turn back and forth from food and the item that it was. Like say if Parasite's in an item room and I have Binge Eater, when I walk into the item room, it will switch between Parasite and a health up, like midnight snack or lunch or something like that, which each give you different stat ups. So it'll constantly switch between the two, giving you the option to take one or the other. And if you take the food, then it will give you stats, but it will also give you a speed down, like a minor speed down every time you take a food item. So if you take Binge Eater, probably be prepared to have a bunch of red hearts. We'll just slip this right in here. Big old F for fucking IBS. One of my least favorites. What's this item called technically? Hemoptysis. Big Floppa is Poggers. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's bizarre to think about that this was like, this item had to be buffed, and it's still F tier. That's sad. Just a sad state of affairs for IBS. Hemoptysis, I actually like Hemoptysis a lot. But with other characters, it's really not as useful as with Tainted Azazel. I mean, it's kind of designed specifically for Tainted Azazel. And so on other characters with regular tiers, it just doesn't really have the same impact. But I would still put it in I'll put it in low B. It's another item I don't really even know what to do with. If I pick it up with another character, I will try and use it, because it does do really good damage. And if you get, well, I mean, if you get Birthright, it doesn't affect Hemoptysis. It only affects it if you're Tainted Azazel. Like, if you get Birthright with Tainted Azazel, that item gets super good. But if it's just regular Hemoptysis on everybody else and you can't improve it, then it's just fine. Ghost Bombs, easy. Just put it with all the other bomb items. +5 bombs and turns into ghosts, which, hey, don't get me wrong. The ghosts with Ghost Bombs actually do pretty good damage. So we'll rank it, amongst the bomb items, we rank it pretty high. But it still just, stays in that vicinity. I just got Mom's Pearls 2 runs in a row. Then you're set to win the run. If you don't win, it's completely your fault. Jello I like a lot. Jello deserves to be an A tier. Definitely better than Sulfur, I think. The 2-room charge is super nice with Jello. I like it. I like it up in this area, I think. Maybe up with like Guppy's head. Maybe up here with like Hungry Soul. Yeah, I agree. Jello's super good. Little Jello pudding cup hits the spot. Even the gelatin. I haven't had Jello gelatin in like, I don't know, 10 years, and I could still like, I can just think about how Jello tastes, and I immediately know like the taste. I know exactly what it tastes like. The flavor just enters my mind, and I'm like, yep, that's how it tastes. I haven't had it in over a decade. Yeah, if it slapped with other characters, if it worked the same for other characters, it would be even higher. But I think this is good. Right there with Hungry Soul and Worm Friend. What's the item when you kill an enemy explodes into red tears? That's the one right beside it. That's Hungry Soul right here, which is also really, really good. Decap Attack is a fun item to start with. It's not bad at all. I like that you can retrieve it immediately as soon as you throw it, and it still does damage on the way back. It can be really powerful to start with. I think Decap Attack is a solid B. Oh yeah, that's varicose veins. Or no, that's vasculitis. Varicose veins is the one where, like, if you get hit, tears come out of you like a Tammy's head, but not as powerful. But vasculitis is the one where enemies burst into tears. Yeah, I put that kind of low, didn't I? Yeah, vasculitis I put at the absolute end of C. I wouldn't argue if you want to put it in F tier. I get it. Yeah, the tiers just make it confusing. It's a pain in the ass. Okay, so we're down to the items that got added after Repentance. All of them good. Glass Eye, just good old damage up. Can't argue with that. Goes in A. Shoot this all the way up here. Right in that same ballpark. Makes sense. Sty is very good too. I think I'd probably put it in the same area as Blood Clot. Let me read the description real quick. Sty, plus 28% damage up in the right eye only, plus 7 range up in the right eye only, and speed 0.3 speed down in the right eye only. Now what does Blood Clot do? 1 damage up. So, okay, so Sty is a multiplier, and Blood Clot is just straight up plus 1 damage, and plus 1.5 range. So Sty, I think, does deserve to be higher than it. We'll put Sty up here, like, above not Hemolacria, Lacrophagy. I have trouble remembering the name of those items. And last but not least, man, I can't believe we're actually finally done. Mom's Ring, great, good damage up, solid damage up, and a rune. Nice to have item that drops a rune. So because it drops the rune, it gets 1 notch higher than these other regular damage ups. And there it is. We're done. We are finally done. One last look. Doing a run to celebrate. I can't do that right now. We'll pick up the streak tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow for starting the streak. Thanks guys. Thanks for the GGs. Appreciate it. I know, but I actually have something I have to do in the morning. Pinball state championships are tomorrow morning, and I got to get up kind of early to get to that. So, if I didn't have that, if I didn't have to wake up in the morning, I would totally just do a couple runs. But got to rest up, man. Got to get my game face on. So yeah, I mean, I think that S tier looks pretty beefy. I think all those deserve to be there, especially Mom's Pearls. I'm not gonna analyze everything again. I'm just gonna scroll through it one more time and just admire my work. Last tier list ever, most likely. For this game, absolutely. Trinket tier list, maybe. I mean, do they exist? Surely someone has made a tier list and put all the trinkets on there. We could do that at some point. Maybe take a break during the streak after another 400 wins. Exactly. Jinx, Nick. Assuming we get another 400 wins. That's obviously not a guarantee at all. Yeah, it wouldn't take. I could probably do it in a day, maybe 2 days. After the third unlock file. Tempting. Yeah, finally done. So much stuff in B and A. The A tier is absolutely packed. I mean, the balance is there, I think. Definitely some bad items in the game, but mostly helpful. Okay. A tier got too many DLCs. Yeah, a lot of the stuff that got added is mostly good, which I don't have a problem with. There's some A items I would have in B. Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that everybody would rearrange, I'm sure. I know that there's some stuff I overvalue, some stuff I undervalue. And there are some items in here I didn't really scrutinize a whole lot that I just dropped in there to drop somewhere because I didn't know where to put them. But you know, that's what happens with tier lists, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna download this and probably post it on Twitter and Discord, and I'll post. I'm gonna upload each of these videos on YouTube and try and post it on Reddit. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing a copy of it, that's where there will be. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Somebody out there thinks anti-grav is the best item in the game. Yeah, that's psycho talk. I don't even know how you justify that. Man, so glad to be done. So excited to pick up that Eden streak tomorrow. We've been away from the Eden streak for like half a year. It's so wild. But anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. Really appreciate it. And hopefully I'll see you back here tomorrow for the streak continuing. So take care, everybody. Have a good night. Catch you next time. Later, guys.